The Three Phases of Muscle Contraction and Summation by me, Grace Donovan. This is a graph of muscle contraction called a myogram. The line shown on it is called a tracing, and the numbers represent the three phases of muscle contraction. The first phase is called the latent period, the second phase is the period of contraction, and the final phase is the period of relaxation. In the next few slides, I will describe what happens in each of these phases. In the latent period, calcium ions trigger the release of the neurotransmitter acetylcholine across the synaptic cleft, where they bind to acetylcholine receptors. The acetylcholine is shown in blue and the receptors are green. This period is called the latent period because it is a very short period of time when no detectable activity is taking place. In order for the next step, muscle contraction, to occur, we must first talk about the original state of the muscle. This is called the polarized state, and it is when the inside of the cell is negatively charged compared to its positive surroundings. When acetylcholine binds to its receptor, sodium channels on the cell open, and sodium rushes in because of chemical and electrical gradients. This is called depolarization. Shortly after this, potassium channels open, and potassium rushes out of the cell to offset all the sodium ions that had just rushed in. This is known as repolarization because it brings the cell back to the normal resting state. This action potential continues down throughout the muscle fiber and causes the myosin and actin cross-bridges to form and muscle contraction to take place. The period of relaxation follows contraction and happens when calcium is reabsorbed into the sarcoplasmic reticulum from the T-tubules where it was needed to initiate the muscle contraction. Here is shown a tracing on a myogram showing summation. Summation is when muscle contraction occurs rapidly, and before the muscle is allowed to fully relax, another action potential is reached and the muscle contracts again. This increases the force of the subsequent contractions.